Howdy, y'all. Welcome to CrawDaddy Stacks. It is Saturday, January 17th, and this is the second video I'm recording today. I probably won't post it today, but while my kids are at their granny's and my wife's out with some friends this morning enjoying breakfast and some coffee, I'm going to take advantage of it and get me some content recorded that I can post this week. So if you're watching this, I don't know when I'll post it, probably tomorrow, maybe later this evening. I don't know. We'll see how things go. But it is 8:16 in the morning right now, so I'm enjoying the peace and quiet, and I'm enjoying my good coffee here. Um, Not gonna do any unboxings or mailings in this video. I do enough of those for y'all. But I think it's time y'all get to know old CrawDaddy a little bit. I've posted several videos, and I would say the majority of them, 90 to 95% of them, is just me showing y'all what I have purchased or what was given to me or stuff along those lines. I have a couple other videos out there that is not like that, but I do not think I've posted a video explaining a little bit about old CrawDaddy. So why did I get into stacking? That's going to be the title of this video, or what got me into stacking. And I have to tell you, it was my friend Bob at work. I know I've told y'all that at work times before, but we happen to work in the same area, and we've become really, really good friends. And I was talking to him one day. I believe we were talking about either bills or maybe me and my wife planning a trip or something along those lines. And I made a statement of that me and my wife are horrible at saving money to do things. Um, we got into some credit card debt that we're currently working to get out of now. But that's the life here in America. You know, if you can't buy it with cash, you charge it. And we love to go do stuff. Um, so I try to put back money in my safe, and I've tried and tried and tried for years, but it never fails. When I would try to save money, we would want something or something would happen, and we would have to go in there and pull the cash out, and then we don't have it no more, and then we have to start from ground zero. Um, so Bob said, well, money's not real anyways. It's just fake paper. So he asked me, or he actually introduced me into precious metals. And, you know, I was skeptical at first, like probably everybody is when they first get into stacking. But the point that he made that really intrigued me, he says, if you have stuff like this in your safe, you just can't go grab it for if any particular purchase, you know. It is a savings account. It is a hedge against the inflation that our country faces each and every day. It is a way to plan for your retirement. And just so on and so forth. He started explaining these things to me, and it started clicking like, you know, I could have this stuff, physically hold it in my hand, know it's worth what it's worth at the time, and always have something to fall back on. If something drastic did happen, yes, I could take it and go change it and sell it and get the cash for it. But that's a process. It's harder to do something like that than it would be to just go in there, grab the cash, and go. That's easy, y'all. Go in there and just grab it and go. And that is super, super easy. So I was like, you know what? I'll look into it. And that was back in August of 2024. Probably around the beginning of the month to the first part of the month, he was telling me and got my mind thinking about precious metals. So to hold something tangible, in your hand and know what it's worth and know what it could possibly be worth in the future, the one of the few things in this world that is actually worth having to me, faith, family, Florida Gators, sorry, faith, family, and of course, funds would be a good way to put it, I guess. These are funds, y'all. These are savings account, retirement account, hedge against inflation, and it just all made sense to me. It absolutely all made sense to me. So that started me on my stacking journey. I didn't know nothing about it at the time. He had to explain spot price to me. He had to explain dollar cost averaging to me. He had to explain keeping track of stuff, not overspending. Of course, back then, we're talking August of 2024, spot price was $28, roughly $28 back in those days. I'm looking at my spreadsheet. Yeah, $28.02 was what it was around that time we started talking. So look at it now. Well, let me just get into it. My first purchase, my very first purchase, I bought from bullion exchanges off Walmart, y'all. Of all places, Walmart. That's how ignorant I was of the precious metal community, and the precious metals way of life, so to speak. It's just another way of prepping. People prep food, they prep supplies, and then you prep your funds, of course. But Walmart.com, I went home on August 11th. This is the next day. I have it wrote down right here. August 10th, roughly, is when I talked to Bob. And then the next day, on August 11th, I went home and I purchased my very first purchase. And I paid $32.22 for this purchase off Walmart.com, which of course come from bullion exchanges, which is a reputable company. So, $32.22 for this 2024 American Silver Eagle. That was my first purchase, the day after my good friend Bob told me about stacking. So, of course, it took a little while to come in, and once it came in, I held it in my hand. I looked at it. The brilliance of what I was holding in my hand, the awesomeness of what I was holding in my hand, it hooked me like a fish. And I have been hooked ever since. Get up daily and I read my Bible. And I've been doing that for a long, long time. And it never occurred to me when you read your Bible. But there are plenty I'm talking about. And it stands out like a sore thumb, y'all. It sticks out like a sore thumb. The number of times silver, gold is mentioned in the Bible. Silver and gold this, silver and gold this, more precious than this, more precious than that. It talks about it all in the Bible. And then it hit me, man, this stuff has been around since Jesus walked the earth. It's been around since David slew Goliath. It's been around since they gave the instructions to Moses, since God gave the instruction to Moses to build the tabernacle. It's just, it's been around for as long as this earth has been around. And we've come a long way being able to harvest it from the earth and turn something that seemingly isn't nothing coming out the ground and turn into something like this beautiful Year of the Dragon. I had it upside down, sorry. This beautiful Year of the Dragon coin. So I was hooked. Immediately I was hooked. I got my first purchase. I held it in my hand and kind of like a gold drug rush, I guess. I've never been a drug addict, but it's pretty much the same thing, only this is a good addiction, if you ask me. If there ever was such a good thing, a good thing is a good addiction, that would be it. So I bought that Silver Eagle from Walmart.com, bullion exchanges, and that started me down my journey. Since then, I've been buying and buying and buying and buying. Then I was like, I bought some other things, and I said, I went to SD Bullion, and I took advantage of their spot deal for first purchases. And I got this 5-ounce bar. If I do my gold silver ratio exchange, I have a feeling this is going to be one of the things that goes, because while it is my very first 5-ounce bar, it don't really mean too much to me when I could turn it into gold, especially at the prices now. But it's pretty cool. It's still in its packaging and everything. But that might go if I do that. But so I bought stuff like that. Bought a couple more Eagles. I got another one from Bullion Exchanges. Yeah, I went actually to their website and got this one. I didn't go through Walmart. And I found eBay. I've done some research and figured out that there's a lot of danger buying on eBay, but as long as you do some research, you're fine. Found Ravenhawk coins. Bought several things from Raven and his channel and his auctions that he does. Then I decided, I need to find a local coin shop. And there's just the closest one to me that is actual, what I would call a coin shop, is in Jacksonville, Florida. So that's about an hour away from me. And yeah, that's not too bad of a drive. I just hate driving to Jacksonville. I've never been to this coin shop, and I haven't graced the doors of it yet. Gonna make a phone call about the gold silver ratio, like I said in my last video. But we'll go from there on that. I don't want to make this video too long, and here I am rambling. Like I said in my other video, it's early, and I'm just enjoying this, y'all. I'm really enjoying this right now. So I found this place a little bit south of me, about 30, 40 minutes from me. And it is a jewelry shop, but they also advertise, bullion. So we was over there, and I dropped my wife off at Hobby Lobby at one of her places she loves to go for her side gig that she's on. And I looked this place up. I called him. I said, "Do y'all have this?" He was like, "Yeah, we got a little bit." So I swung on by there. And yeah, they got a little case over on the side. It's got some slabbed coins. They have some gold, silver, a lot of foreign coins like that is slabbed. I didn't see any American Eagles. I didn't see any Buffalo rounds. I didn't see anything like that. But I asked, I said, "Do y'all have Silver Eagles?" And she said, "Yeah." And she reached up under the counter and pulled out one of those little jeweler's trays, and it had probably 10 or 15 Silver Eagles on it. And the one that caught my attention, I should have brought my Eagle book out, but I didn't, was they had the 1986 first year of issue. It was just in a capsule like this right here, I was about some milk spots on it, but I was like, man, how much is that? And I believe it was $60. No, excuse me, I'm sorry. Yeah, I believe it was. I believe she wanted $60 for it at the time. And the spot price back then it went up a little bit. It was 32. And I believe she wanted $60 for it. And I really can't remember. I really can't. So I was like, man, I remember thinking it was too expensive for me to spend over what my good friend Bob had told me. You pay as least amount as you can. Don't pay too much over spot. Everything's going to carry a premium. But watch your premiums. watch your dollar cost average, which, I really don't do much of. I just, not anymore. I started out trying to do it, and I just kind of keep track of what I pay and what the spot price is. That's about the extent of my dollar cost average, and I don't set aside a certain amount a month each month to spend. But so she also had a 2006 Silver Eagle, and she had some others. And the 2006 Silver Eagle was $38. So I'm like, you know what? That's spot price is $31.50 at the time. And I bought my first purchase was a 2006 American Silver Eagle. It's in my bullion book. It's in my Silver Eagle book. That's why I'm not showing it along with the 86. But that was my first coin shop / jewelry shop purchase, I guess. Actually, been my only one that I went back there a little while later. But that's the only coin shop I've ever been to, and it's not even a coin shop; it's a jewelry shop. So I couldn't get it out of my mind. That's why I went back. I couldn't get that 86 out of my mind. I was like, how cool would it be to have the first Silver Eagle ever made? And so I went back. It wasn't too much longer. Like, it was like literally 3 days later. 3 days later, I went back and I purchased the 1986 Silver Eagle. So what date was that? That was on October 4th. So what had happened was I received, my birthday is October 4th. I received $50 from, I believe it was my mom, for my birthday. And I said, you know what? I'm going to get that Silver Eagle. So I took that $50, I added $10 to it, and I walked out of there with a 1986 Silver Eagle. And of course, that wasn't all. I also purchased some Constitutional that day. I bought 7 Mercury dimes, 1 Roosevelt dime. So I walked out of there, and I did pretty good, I think. With that, yeah. So I mean, it was my money, but it wasn't my money, if you know what I'm saying. So that's what I got with the birthday money back then. So that was my first coin shop purchases. And I tell you what, I'm just amazed at the journey I've had so far. I've been introduced to some amazing people here on YouTube and in the community. We're trying, when I say we, me and my buddy Bob, we're talking precious metals to other people where we work at. We got another good friend of ours he collects other sort of things. Really good at that. He builds them, and that's his hobby, which is a good thing to have as well. You need to prep for that as well. But I think we've got his interest peaked in precious metals as well. So we'll see if we can get another member of the community here before too long. Trying to get my buddy Bob to be a little bit more active. I might try to have him on and do a live with him. I've never done a live, but maybe me and him can get together. He don't like to talk. That's his problem. I promise I wouldn't show his face. It'd just be his voice, but I wouldn't mind maybe doing a live, and y'all can introduce y'all to Bob. So, Bob, what do you think about that, man? Should I do a live with you? Would you talk precious metals with me on YouTube, buddy? I think that'd be pretty cool. Man, that'd be a good idea. I'm going to talk him into it. If I have to strap him down to a chair, I think I might talk him into it. But so back then when I started, I'm just amazed at what silver has done. 2802 was the spot price, and I never in my wildest dreams thought silver would take the leap that it has took. I figured when it got up to 40 that we would hang out at 40 forever, and it has just bloomed and blossomed, and it has took off, and we are now from 2802 and we're now sitting at $90.04 as I'm looking right here at KickGo. Y'all, that is triple from when I started stacking. Triple from when I started stacking. That's amazing. I can't believe it. So that's, and I don't see it stopping. I don't see it stopping anytime soon. So why YouTube? I don't know. Why YouTube? It's the only social media I have. I don't have any other social media. I have my email and I have YouTube. We have YouTube TV, and I'll watch all my YouTube little cooking shows. I'm big into barbecue. I like to listen to other platforms, some political, some not political. But started watching Ravenhawk coins on there, and got introduced to others. FG Stacker, My Silver Journey, T the Silver Stacker, some of these other great channels. And the more I subscribed to these channels, the more I watched them. Really got into Silver Dragons. He's one of the first ones I started watching. A lot of good information he was giving out there. Yankee Stacking. Just all kinds of YouTube channels out there I started watching. Well, once again, I had a conversation with my buddy Bob at work. And he's like, man, you need to start you a YouTube channel. We got talking about silver pourings, what it was. I got to come across, FG got me interested in silver pouring. Some of these others, Cartier Silver, some of these others that do some pouring videos. And he said, you need to, if that's what you want to do, you need to do it. I was like, man, I don't have time. I got twins running around the house. I ain't got time for all that stuff. I don't even have the equipment to do pouring videos. I wouldn't even know where to begin. And then one day it just clicked at work. Well, I don't have to do pouring videos. I can do other type of videos. And I believe he's the one that, my nickname is CrawDaddy, and it always has been CrawDaddy. It's my last name. It just clicked. He said something about CrawDaddy's coins. We've talked about opening up a coin shop, here locally, and I'm like, man, it'd be cool, CrawDaddy's coins, And so I got to thinking, about the YouTube thing, and then CrawDaddy, and I'm a stacker, so CrawDaddy Stacks came to life on YouTube, and that's where we sit today at CrawDaddy Stacks. Like, share, subscribe. I gotta say it, right? Nothing I say is financial advice. I gotta say that too. I don't know why. I guess people can sue you for what you say on YouTube. That's where y'all say that. Oh, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you to go out and do nothing I do. This is just my opinions, all that stuff. I guess people are sue happy. But anyhow, CrawDaddy Stacks was born. I got on the computer. I found one of them little AI generator things. I typed it in, my name. I said, let's do something with a crawdad, and let's do something with silver, gold, bullion, coins. And lo and behold, it popped this logo out. And the minute I saw this logo, I was like, man, this thing is real. I'm about to start this because I loved it. And I like a little crawdad on there. It's got a little coin on there. Yeah, I absolutely fell in love with that logo. Ordered the stickers right away. They came in. And then I decided, I wanted to get some poker chips as well. So I got them in. Had that one designed as well. Who's your crawdaddy? We all know crawdaddy is your crawdaddy. Poker chip came out amazing as well. So CrawDaddy Stacks was born. Started my channel September 13th, 2025. So I'm just a few months into this. I'm almost at 100 subscribers. I think I said at 90. I would like to get to 100. I would like to get to 500 is my goal. And if I get to 500, I will give away an ounce of silver. So I want to get to 500 subscribers as soon as possible. And then who knows? Maybe somebody could win an ounce of silver. Hopefully by that time, silver's not $200 an ounce. If it is, I might have to back that down to a half ounce of silver. Definitely won't be a 2 ounce of silver like this one here. One of my favorite coins, reverse proof Year of the Snake 2025. Absolutely stunning, stunning coin. I know Silver Serpents loves this one as well. But that's pretty much my story, y'all. That's pretty much CrawDaddy Stacks. Started stacking from my good friend Bob. Started my channel from my good friend Bob, maybe. Bob's not such a good influence on me. I don't know. I might have to reevaluate my friends, y'all. I am just kidding. I love him to death. He's my ride or die. He's my road dog. Um, so I appreciate each and every one of y'all for watching. I appreciate your comments. Those of y'all that comment regularly on my videos. I really, really appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get me to 100. We'll start from there. I need 10 more subscribers. We'll get to 100. And then we'll work on doing a 500 subscriber giveaway. So the quicker I get there, the better for y'all. Because you get to hear me, even though my country bumpkin accent. But that's my story. That's CrawDaddy in a nutshell. And this is my channel, CrawDaddy Stacks. Thank you, each and every one of you. God bless you, and we'll talk at you on the next one. CrawDaddy Stacks, I'm out.